Hello, WCW, and welcome to your Week 2 recap. With me, as always, True Blue. How's it going?
It's going pretty fantastic. I mean, WCW already got their first clan win, so I'd like to give a shout out. I already did it in the announcements, but Ingra, Fiendstar, Tater Spyro, Puke Puke, and Mundungo, they are 4-0 on the week. They have a chance to get a clean sweep week 1 in clan for us.
That is
so
awesome.
That's huge.
Good job.
So the other WCW clan, we're 1-1 with our next game being tonight at 8:15 CDT. And one more announcement: we have a side comp up, 1,200 and under team. So make sure to get on that if you want some extra development potentially for something, a new team, a team that has a little bit of development.
Or if you just want to play some more games.
Yeah.
It's a good way just to get some low TV games in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am tempted, I think, to throw an Underworld team in that competition so I can learn a little bit about how Underworld works. So get in there and get some free SPP off of me.
Underworld, they're so hard to start off. Like, no lie. if you get fresh TV Underworld wins, you're doing something.
All right, we'll see what happens there. So diving into Weiss, start out with the leaderboard here. We've got a couple of 2-0s sitting at the top here.
Yeah, and those guys are probably facing off against each other. So we got Benfield99, Archangel's friend. So if he gets any skill from Arc, then he'll be really good because Arc obviously won the Rebel Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, Arc, again. And then Tater Spyro, one of our clan members that already won on their week.
So winning in clan, winning in Weiss. Doing everything right.
Yep.
So, Lizardmen and Undead are at the top right now. Underneath that, in our 1-1 bracket, we've got RK Blaze with his Necromantic team, Foxtrot Unicorn. Yup, staying 1-1. That is glorious.
The Inducement Camry build, undefeated.
Undefeated Inducement Camry. Come on, Weiss.
No, Yup is just too good.
Yep, for sure. And then Kadache, who is Puke, Funky Fever, the Nurgle team, 1-1 as well. And Mundungu, another clan member, 1-1 with his Chaos team. Which, 1-1, that's a great start for Chaos. I'd take that any day of the week.
Yeah, he's looking really good. So, next up we have Kiwi Bird, or Fiendstar. He's playing later tonight against Bullhen Shu. I think they said 6:30. I don't remember the time zone.
Yep. That will be Humans versus Zons later today.
Ooh. Humans actually have a pretty good matchup against Zons. Particular matchup.
Yeah. Early on, they have some the ability to deal with it a little bit better than some of the other teams.
Yeah. And we also have Rarar at 101, Rex Longbone 101, which Rex absolutely shredded his opponent. That felt bad.
Yep.
You're just saying yup a lot.
Fair enough.
We got Earth 101, Nightshade 101, Macronos, that's Other Side of the Pillow, and Discord 101. And then we're starting to get into the guys that have a little bit tougher of a run of it, and one of them is, I think, surprising all of us. Cleric 011.
Yeah, that is definitely rough. The Agi for Mary Sue's not living up to their name so far.
Yeah. Little Bits 011, Fiction 011. The reason why he's struggling, not that fifth vamp. You don't have that fifth vamp.
Gotta have 5 vamps to do the big takeoff in Weiss.
Exactly.
It is known.
Alright. Next up we got Scumpus, I believe, in Discord 011, and then these guys have had a bit of a tough time of it. Killman 002, Poochin King 002, and Batblood. Absolutely shredded.
Poor Batblood got pretty beat up this week, but we'll get into that here in a minute.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at a quick rundown of what went down this week. the Fail City Misfits versus Somewhat Not Dead Yet. Had the 1-0 victory for the, I believe Somewhat Not Dead is Undead, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So they took down the victory, and it looks like they were just getting all of the removals. Even blocks, 32-30 on the blocks, but 3 KOs, 3 injuries, and 1 kill inflicted by the Somewhat Dead and Not Yet, and Yet Not.
Yeah, I think Undead versus Chaos is a pretty favorable matchup for the Undead.
Yeah, Baby Chaos is a hard start. So Undead, one of those very strong teams out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think that's somewhat of an expected result. Programming is Life versus Power Trip. Programming is Life taking the 2-0 with their Lizards. Again, Lizards versus Chaos. Lizards start off pretty good with all that strength versus Chaos, who don't have the same amount of strength. But looking here, the Lizards got outblocked and still did more damage. I guess that's the AV9 versus AV8.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like, is that nobody was really firing too hot, but when you're breaking at, like, when you get knocked down 32 times and you break 20, and you break only 5 of those times, you're having a good time as Lizards.
Yep, absolutely.
It doesn't help that some of those block dice weren't too hot.
Let's take a look real quick at the block dice. Yep. Not spectacular, but somewhat average for Programming is Life. Could be much better on Power Trip side of things.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got the game that's being played later, and then the Beer Pounders versus the Stereotypical Ball Hogs. 2-0 victory for the Kimmery Inducement build.
This was the game highlighted by the fact that Stab 5 times, 100% success rate.
100% success rate on 5 stabs. That's a thing of beauty right there. Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I'm just like, yep, stab build. Like when I was like posting matchups, I'm like, versus AV7, I could see it working all right. You know, I wasn't thinking 100% stab rate, and he was just like, all right, I'm gonna pump those rookie numbers up of what you thought I'd do.
Wow, that is quite impressive. Look at the number of 6s that were rolled by both teams. The dice were hot in general. Did one team get the better of them?
Yes, they were.
It looks like the better of those. Well, if you look at it though, the Beer Pounders had 26 6s to 14 1s.
Yeah, but those 6s could have been on the armor dice.
Yeah, they must have just not came at the right time.
Because at 36% armor rate holding, feels bad, man.
Yeah, that is
can't
not
do
good.
much off of that.
That is not good.
Don't run into yup in a back alley. Damn right, Rex.
All right, Funky Fever versus Bigelow's Bouncing Bears. Funky Fever takes the 2-0. Nurgle versus Kislev. If there's anything harder than starting out a Bash team, it's starting out a Kislev team. So I understand that.
Yeah. I think that he has a bit of yup in him, where he's masochistic, because I'm also covering him in Rebel, and he chose Kemery in that league.
Okay.
He likes those lesser tier teams.
Kimmery is a really interesting team. I think they have a point in their power arc where they're strong, but I don't know. It's a weird team.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Mount Vargath taking the 1-0 versus the Canites.
Yep. So we got a leveled Vamp, which is big.
And a leveled Chaos Warrior.
Yeah.
Good MVPs.
So huge MVPs. Oh my gosh. That was a 10 SPP game from that Chaos Warrior.
He got all the SPP that game. Look at him just soaking it up.
Yeah. But that was a versus, I think if Chaos have a good matchup, I think it's probably against Vampires early.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the Vampires don't do their Vampire BS, which didn't. Yeah, Hypnogaze didn't really work too well.
Yep.
The Bloodlusts were pretty good overall.
Yep.
So
all right.
that works.
And then we have Foxtrot Unicorn taking the 2-0 over I Talk Trash but get beat. And,
well, I guess he is talking trash this game.
Must have been talking a little bit too much trash. Interesting. What is Foxtrot Unicorn? That is Undead? Or is this Necro?
That's Necro.
Necro. The Necro getting outblocked by the Dark Elves here. 42-35. And
yeah, well, Dark Elves are a bit bashy.
They can be a bit bashy. It's still a bit surprising to see them throwing that many more blocks.
A lot of those were 1-dies, looking at it.
But, yeah.
RK only threw 1-die. Kuchen King threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, 13, 14 1-dies.
Wow, that's a lot of 1-dies. Yeah. And Elves obviously not able to get the Elf BS going there, so got to focus on that a little bit more. Just getting the ball and running. Don't worry about those blocks.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's just like, would you rather throw a 2-die block, well, a 1-die block, or would you rather do a 2+ to get away?
2+ to get away all day.
Yeah, but you could make the argument if you have block to do that 1-die.
Sure. All right. Moving on, Agi4 Mary Sue's and second and third getting the 1-1 draw, and a couple of linemen taking the MVP, so nothing exciting there. Second and third getting 11 armor breaks and not too much damage, just a single injury. But anything stick out to you on the statistics here? I'm just looking down. Mary Sue's made 100% of their catch rolls. So
yeah, but their armor were pretty shit, and then the leap, that's usually your cage dives is the leap, so the leap wasn't great.
Leap did not work at all. And on the other side, it looks like most things were working.
Not a lot of dodges.
Yeah,
he was playing the bash game as Elves, which against Wood Elves, I think that's what you do.
Yep, absolutely. All right. And last two games for Weiss, Snow White's Dirty Secret 1-0 over Creature of Finkenstrain, excuse me.
Finkenstrain.
Yeah. So
that was a beat up of the game. His armor didn't break often, but when it broke badly for Creature of Finkenstrain.
Yep.
So held at 73%, but everything that broke and did more than a stun was a Kaz or a kill.
Yep, absolutely. No KOs. It was either stunned or messed up.
Yeah. That was not great. But Chorfs, I would go for the Undead early on, but the Chorfs, they pulled it off. And then this one was the absolutely beating of the... Like, Rex thrashed Bat Blood.
Man, that's too bad.
Red Bastards, see if you can find a boat.
Yep.
41 blocks succeeded.
2 kills.
2 armor breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 41 blocks succeeded. 2 armor breaks.
Yep.
And of those 2 armor breaks, they were just stuns for Bat Blood.
Yep. On the other side,
that is
46 blocks, 2 KOs, 3 injuries, 2 kills. Man.
It was a brutal game.
The see if you can find a boat did good just to keep up in blocks at that point.
Yeah. I don't care if they're 1-dice blocks when you're down men. Mm-hmm. You try what you can try. But man, it sucks that he broke armor twice out of all of them.
Yep. All right. So that covers what we had this week. Let's take a quick peek at the teams and see how everyone's doing. First up, second and third, Little Bit's Dark Elf team. It looks like we just have the pending level up on the lineman that leveled this week, Willem II.
Yeah.
So not too much to talk about there. We can't talk about your level ups if you don't take them, guys. Which I understand this is a
we can
Swiss.
Just discuss the strength up.
The strength up, is that on the next one here?
No, I'm just assuming strength up because that's all I roll.
Oh, fair enough. All right. moving over to Sathless Snow White's Dirty Secret. We have a Mighty Blow. Was that there last week, or is that new this week?
This is new this week, I think.
All right.
And I like the Mighty Blow first.
Yep.
I think your two arguments are Mighty Blow or Guard.
Yep.
And I think Mighty Blow is the correct call, because if there's one thing that can kind of work against Chorfs is that if they don't get removals, they struggle to get pitch control.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps out a ton.
I like alternating Mighty Blow and Guard for your first level on each of your Chorfs. So your next Chorf that levels, grab Guard. After that, Mighty Blow again. And just kind of repeat that pattern.
And then you obviously skip if you get Zap for Claw.
You take Claw when it comes. You don't have an option.
Yeah.
All right. Kodachi's Funky Fever, hovering at 1,000 team value. And we've got a Mighty Blow Pestigore. We've got block on almost all the warriors. And that is a niggling injury on that warrior, which I think was there from before. Had to have been.
Yup made it, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I think you can keep the niggled warrior for a little bit and just replace him when you can, but in the meantime, just keep building out those other warriors. Try not to feed too much SPP to staying alive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it happens that he's just fills MVPs and stuff, you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Regen helps against a niggling injury a bit. So
it does, but they're still out for
the worst thing.
They're still often out for the game, but sometimes not. Well, I guess regen, yeah, they can come right back, but still, it does turn that KO into an injury, or does niggling also will turn a stun into a KO, right?
Let's double check that.
I'm pretty sure it just adds one.
Just adds one, yeah.
So that's where it gets a little unfortunate. Is those things getting upgraded to KOs.
Yeah, but the thing about Nurgle is that they're so damn expensive. You kind of just have to accept it at this point.
Yeah, you do what you can, replace them when you can.
Yep.
Foxtrot Unicorn, RK Blazes Bunch. We've got a kicker, we've got a Blodge Ghoul, and we've got block on a zombie. The only unfortunate thing here is
werewolf.
Oh,
because
yep.
he lost one last week.
Yep, back to 2 werewolves. That is a good uptick. We want to see these wolves leveled, though. They're your stars. We want to see these whites leveled. We need more SPP on your positionals here.
He can't help it if most of his MVPs go on zombies, is what it looks like.
Fair enough.
Golf, Hotel, I'm going to guess India and Kilo both got MVPs as well.
Yep, and India also inflicting... No, India's just inflicted 4 Kaz. Wow.
What?
India, the zombie, 4 casualties
he's only
inflicted.
Got 1 cat. No, 4 injuries.
Yeah.
1 casualty.
Oh,
injuries
1 casualty. Oh, yeah. I misread. My mistake. Yeah, MVP
like,
and 1
doesn't
Kaz.
add up.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, he's only gotten 1 good MVP, and that has been on a Flesh Golem.
Fair enough. All right, let's take a look at the Red Bastards, Rex Longbones, bunch of orcs here. We've got block on a Black Orc and a move busted Black Orc from last week, which I think we said, yeah, you keep him around until you can replace him. He has the cash to replace him now, though, so what do you think? Do you keep him around or just go ahead and pull the trigger now on a new Black Orc?
You get an Apo and you keep him around. He's just line fodder at this point.
That is an 80k line fodder piece, but I can see where you're coming from with the Apo.
Yeah, you just get an Apo, help out your other pieces. 80k isn't too much to scrounge up. Right. So keep them around, and then you just keep your other pieces safe. That's why I think you do.
Fair enough. These girls are wild. They have not played their game this week, so we'll skip for now. They're the same as they were. Stereotypical ball hogs, scambammers, inducement.
Oh my gosh. The inducement Khemri already have 2 levels. That's more than Scambammer or Yup had all of last season, I think.
Yep, that is true. We've got a Mighty Blow Tomb Guardian, and we've got a block Throw Raw. So nothing too spicy so far on the level ups, but a little bit of development happening there. Got to be careful. Keep that TV low. You don't want too many levels here messing with your inducement strategy.
Yep.
All right. And then we've got Tater Spyro, somewhat dead and yet not. 1190 undead. I think we're going to see some development here. No, we just see he's got the full complement of ghouls. Just a lot of bodies.
Yeah, he's gotten good money rolls where he's gotten a lot of players, but not really much else. So one thing that I'd expect from him is to have a really strong fouling game, because with 14 people, why not?
Yeah, you better use that bench. So I want to see some stepping on necks. If you're going to have 14 on the roster, that's what they got to be there for.
Yep.
All right. Then we've got the Canaanites, who looks like pending level ups on a vampire and a thrall. Nothing else going on there, so not too much to talk about yet.
So, all I can say is you want to get that 5th vamp. That's when you're going to see the power spike.
Yep, absolutely. Let's take a look at Power Trips Chaos. We got a Sure Hands Beastman for the only level up on the team so far.
I don't hate Sure Hands first.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I need to see some SPP on these Chaos Warriors. Start throwing some vanity passes, something. They got 3 agility. They can do it.
Yeah. One thing that Rumblebee did against me that I really liked is he just said, F it with Beastman carrying, and he just carried on a warrior.
Absolutely. I think carrying on a warrior early on is what you need to do, because they need those first levels to become good at their job.
Yeah. And your Beastmen can be pretty good as blitzers. Like, the only thing that the warriors will do is really soak up attention, but they do a decent enough job of that, just being 3 of them instead of 4.
Yep, absolutely. So, moving on, Mountain Vargoth, Mundungu's team. And we've got a block warrior, and we've got an Agi busted Beastman, who we've already discussed. Yeah, he's your new lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's captain of the LOS.
Sundurft doing all his work last game, getting that level up in 1 game, and already just 6 SPP away from his 2nd level. So I wouldn't hate seeing him go ahead and get that 6 SPP next. I would make him my ball carrier for a couple of games. Yeah,
I would like to get him his 2nd level. What would you get, Mighty Blow or Guard?
Probably Mighty Blow on the first one, I think.
I don't know. You could go either way. I don't think there's a wrong answer out of those 2.
No. The only wrong answer is Strong Arm.
Are you saying multi-block is the correct answer?
No. I just tried to think of the word skill. I did imply it, but all right. Less than average Joe's Kiwi Birds Human Squad.
They haven't played yet.
That's right. Week. Same as hadn't played. See if you can find a boat. Not much to do here other than offer our condolences. 2 pending level ups, 1 on a Berserker, so that's some good stuff there. The runner is gone. A lineman is gone. And we have an MNG on another lineman. Man, sorry, Bat Blood. That was a rough one.
Yeah, it was a rough one. So one thing I'll say to this is, unless you get a strength up, I would just skip the anything cool on Berserker and just get Mighty Blow. Because Palm is just so strong on Norse in the killer be killed aspect. And then lineman, if you get a normal, tackle is always good, just to have something else like that. I've seen Iron Master go a wrestle strip ball as build. Shadowing is kind of popular on linemen, because Norse linemen, they're already good out of the box, so you can be a little bit creative with their next levels.
Yep. I know 300's a thing. I think shadowing's just a meme on these guys. Come on.
I don't know, man. Shadowing isn't bad on it because you force extra dodge rolls.
But on the things that are dodging away,
like,
they're usually so much faster than you that your shadowing's going to fail most of the time anyways.
Yeah, but if you get tackle and the shadowing works, I don't hate it.
I get it, but yeah. All right, next up, Kitchen Kings. I talk trash, but I get beat. Looks like we've got no level ups developed here. got a couple of MPPs and some loose SPP floating around. So
Yeah. Easy Vandy pass, and you get a level up.
Yep.
And then you try to level up your Witch Elf or one of your Blitzers next game.
Yep, absolutely.
It's hard, but that's what you got to try to do.
And I would focus on the Witch Elves because the Blitzers will generate passive SPP easier than the Witch Elf will.
That is true. And yeah, Bat Blood, that was a rough game. I watched the end of it, and it was brutal. Stupid Rex and his orc armor.
All right. Agi for Mary Sue's Calarix team. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I remember seeing that, and I just remembered now.
So, Unfaltering Protagonist is now Agi 3. I don't know if
he's just a glorified blitzer at this point.
Yeah,
so he can replace.
I think he is, and I think you just have to eat it because he's too good, and you can't afford a new one. So, I think you just eat it and play with him.
Yeah, I mean it's salvageable. You won't leap with him anymore unless you kind of have to.
Yeah, but he's still a blodge strip baller.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that sucks, but it's manageable.
Yeah, until you can save up the 120,000 or 120,000 to replace them. So that's going to be a few games.
Yeah, even then, I might prioritize a third reroll before that.
I can see it.
It's
I
tough.
can see it. Yeah. All right. Bad times there. Let's see if we have some good times. No. We have Killman's team next. Creature of Finkenstrain.
What's that? M&G Ghoul?
Yeah.
Or is it
this is a dead white and an M&G Ghoul. But
rough. Oh, and this was the team that had both MVPs on the skeleton.
Yeah, both MVPs landed on a skeleton and a double, so that skeleton's destined for greatness. I want to see Breathtaking here, become legends, because that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And it could happen. He is AV7, but he's regen, so...
Yeah. Kitchen King is not inappropriate to feel happy about a star player getting hurt. It happens all the time.
Yep. All right, and Bigelow's Bouncing Bears. Anything new to see here? Nope. This movement up guy was here last week.
Moving up,
which is still sweet.
I still like it. Like, if you're gonna take a long-term team, go for a long-term skill. I don't hate it.
Yep, I agree. Lineman is, I think this is just an MNG. Yeah, lineman is missed next game, no big deal. Yeah, so just waiting to see. I want to see more passes thrown. Slip Chinsky here. Have him toss a little pass. Yeah.
Your catchers can level up pretty easily if you just play pass the ball in the backfield. You can
even move up the field a little bit and toss it back and forth. They've got catch, right? Or no, that diving catch, not catch. My bad. All right. Next up, the Beer Pounders. Malchronos' Norse. We've got a busted lineman who's just MNG.
Norse look like. This is what Norse looks like when they're not dead.
Yeah, healthy Norse. We've got a runner. We've got a Mighty Blow Berserker. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And even has a little bit of money in the bank. Do you go ahead and pick up another lineman here to move towards having a bench?
An argument for that.
You probably wait a
try
game.
And save up and get the Yeti.
I think you wait a game and see where you're at, because I really like having a bench. Like, the Yeti's cool too, but I like having a bench on Norse just to then you can start your foul game.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you match up with, but Yeti would be nice, or just keeping your cash, and if positional dies, you can easily replace them.
Yeah, you keep it this week for sure, because you're already picking up a loner from the MNG. But if you make it to the next game healthy and don't need to replace anything, you can start thinking about your options.
Yep.
All right. Programming is life. The Lizard Men. What have we got here?
A Blodgking.
A Blodgking.
Big Chuck, how are those?
I don't know. I've never had one.
We'll add ups on yours.
I have had Blodge Skinks in Stunty League, and my experience is they get powed and die anyway, so not great.
Nice. I'd much rather that than your Agi Skinks running wild.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
But we have Visual Basic has block. Visual Basic has blocked me many times. Yeah. All right.
Not a bad team at all. And then last up on the list, we got Rarar.
Not last. There's another page, isn't there? Or is the other page AI?
That's the AI.
Okay, cool. All right, Rarar. There's nothing to talk about here. We have 5-3-3, and I guess something 8A MVP at some point.
Yeah. But it's okay. Your Minnow's going to win you a game. Just wait for it.
Yep.
Just wait.
Yep. All right.
And that's twice for the week.
So we can't talk about next week because it has not rolled yet. So you will get your matchups posted later today after these Girls Gone Wild and Less Than Average Joe's play. Anything else to talk about on the Weiss front, or do we just jump on over to Capone?
No, nothing else to talk about. I think now is a good time just to promote the new side comp real quick, where it's 1,200 or less TV. You can get fresh teams and all that sort of stuff, so you can try out new teams if you have more time to play some Blood Bowl. I know that we got some younger guys in here that school's ending pretty soon, so more Blood Bowl isn't bad.
Yep.
It's something to do.
Absolutely. All right. Capone leaderboard. S. Hunter, the lone man at the top. Enjoy it while it lasts, sir.
Jerk face. You were supposed to lose, that way everybody was tied for first.
Oh, but we're coming for you. And then we have True Blue, who is an overachiever and has already played another game this week. So we'll skip talking about that for now. Should be 101 here.
Yeah, I was tied for second.
Nilly Man getting back on the win column, and we will for sure talk about that game in depth.
You just want to break down everything that went wrong.
Oh, I have many clips, and no, yeah, we'll discuss that in just a bit. Nilly Man, the Celebrats, our current champions, staying in the fight, tie. So we have like a big tie for second place here.
Yeah.
Golgothan tied for second. Valk, Firstborn of Arda, tied for second. Myself, Skinky and We Know It, tied for second. Ark, tied for second. And Mustard Lust, the lone man down at the bottom here. Iron Master, come on. I think Iron Master may be intentionally taking a dive to go back and fight in Dillinger next season.
Oh, yeah. But there's a chance that it's nothing secure yet, even though Boba's killing it down there.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing Boba come back up and getting a shot at us.
Yeah. Well, mainly a shot at you, but that's...
Oh, no, I'm going back down next season. You guys can fight each other.
No.
All right. So let's take a look at the games from last week. First up, Firstborn of Arda versus the Scourge of Saltfire. Firstborn taking it 3-2. This is one of the games I did not get a chance to see. Did you see any of this one?
I didn't catch a whole lot of it. I was doing stuff that day, but I heard that he was up 3-1, and then he allowed the second TD to protect his players.
That sounds completely reasonable. Just get out of the way and let them score.
Yeah, but
it looks like it was...
I just remember that championship game where he was getting brutalized and still almost won. So the fact that he has a healthy team now, and him winning doesn't surprise me. I think Valk is a favorite for a title this year.
Look at the amount of SPP Valk put on his players this game.
Yeah. 8, 12, 15, 22.
22. That is an insane game for development.
Yeah.
So we'll have to take a peek and see what's going on over there, because I imagine they've
He was up 2-0 after the first half. Wow.
Man, what a brutal game.
Yeah, Valk did his job. But yeah, I think Valk is one of those teams, once we look at it, that are going to be favorites for the title this season.
Yeah, it looks like Dice wise, I don't know. Seems okay. The 60% pickup seems weird for Skaven.
It could have been in tackle zones and stuff.
Yeah, could have been. Well, even then, like Big Hand, this guy picks up on twos everywhere anyway. So
Yeah, but it could have been he was out of position. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyways,
We need to watch that because that was obviously a good one to watch.
yeah, that one we'll need to go back and check out. Children of the Void versus Man Bear Horse. Man Bear Horse taking the 2-0. Tell us about your game.
Ark didn't dice me for the first time ever.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even joking. He's diced me every time that I played him.
How long did it take you to go over to the Rebel chat and tell them that you just beat the champion? Therefore, by the transitive power, you're now the Rebel champion.
I didn't. I have told them a lot that I killed his star player in the OI, but the emergency APO saved it.
Emergency
but
APO
I had
work.
average block dice, and average block dice turns out it's pretty good for lots of Mighty Blow pieces.
Yep. Looks like a big SPP game for you, and good stuff.
Yeah, he had a chance to potentially win,
Mhm.
but he just didn't have enough players. The second half started, and as soon as the second half started, it was a short kick. It literally landed on the line of scrimmage, and I got a perfect defense, so I was able to position really well defensively around it
Yep.
without overcommitting. And then I had stuff that could just zoom into the other side. But
Alright.
yeah, I scored on a Chorf, which was also nice.
Oh, good deal. That's what you want to do with them Chorfs, because got to level them up while they're alive, because we know your Chorfs don't last long.
They break so easily. I'm just like, AV9 is a lie.
All right, Mustard Lust versus Aerial Assault. I believe I watched this game, but it's been a little bit. So, I think this was one of the games where Mustard Lust just could not get couldn't get a gaze to work. Let's take a look at the dice rolls and see.
Yeah, his
Bloodlust
gauges
was
sucked
not good.
because Bloodlust was what really burned him.
Yeah. So you see the Big D vamps really suffer whenever they
get
bloodlust
hungry.
a lot. They get hungry. They don't get their gazes in. When gaze is only working 50% of the time, you don't get to make those vampire BS plays like you want. And
Yeah.
you also leave yourself open to counter punching, which we all know S Hunter will just punch you right back with those elves.
Yeah, he leaves himself to counterpunching, but Claude doesn't do it very well. But that's a talk for next week.
Yep. All right. And last we had the Celeb Rats practically pitch
Styling
clearing.
on him.
Just pitch clearing me.
Styling on him.
I just want to point out, like, 16 armor breaks versus 15 armor breaks, and almost all these armor breaks were on Saurus, I think.
Perfect.
So it was
Just
just
the way I like it.
shredding. And when we look at
Holy crap, your armor was finished.
yeah,
1%. That's so good. I love it.
it's awful. And the other thing is there was no claw on the pitch here. This is with no claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No claw, but Antonio Banderas, he had a blinder of the game, which I learned means really, really good.
Yep.
Thanks. Thanks, Blood Bowl, for teaching me slang from around the world.
Yeah, and the attrition fireball that was thrown, that knocked down 4 out of 5 people.
That's glorious.
Yeah.
Goblin
was
Marine was just yelling in his soul. Just like, I told you guys it was good.
Yeah, knocked down 4 out of 5 people and cast my killer. That was the fireball. Like, just casual.
At least he didn't die
Yeah.
like my killer did.
Well, the thing is that really, he took his inducement strategy was to take a wizard and 2 bribes, and he fouled for 16 turns and never got caught.
That's beautiful.
But the fact that he had bribes prevented me from using my Apo to, like, save my killer. If he didn't have those bribes, I would have Apo'd the killer instantly and just went right back at him. But I didn't, and I think playing safe to keep the team alive just lost the game.
Well, that's one of those things is that when injuries happen and such, it's do you play to save the team or do you play to win?
Right.
Game 2, I think you played to save the team. If you're fighting to make playoffs or in playoffs, you play to win.
Yep. And that's where I was at. I was like, I think I just have to eat it at this point, and eat it I did. And Celebrat's taking the 2-0.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look and see if we have some development going on here. Anything new on this front? Nope, the one-turner still doesn't have sprint, so he's still not a full one-turner yet. Everything else looks pretty much the same on the old Scourge of Salt Spider here.
His role players are just too damn good.
Yep.
I just need to say that. He has a kick piece again, but that kick piece is now protected because of Wrestle.
Yep.
And then his gut runners are just so amazing.
His gut runners
obviously
are perfect.
Killer.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just a great looking, well developed Skaven team.
Yeah, and on our Legend watch, Skryce Creep, 5 SPP away from Legend.
Yeah, I think Skryce is going to beat me there. But we're still trying. All right. Over to Skinky and We Know It. No new development. We are MNG a source for our next game. So Golgothan gets to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and if Golgothan really takes advantage, like, this could theoretically be the quote-unquote death spiral, where you're playing Golgothan. If his killer does work, because he's very good at protecting this killer, that's one thing. And then you play me next week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Yeah, you play Golgothan this week, me next week.
Yeah, the only bad news I think for Golgothan, how many players am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10.
So I'm getting, am I on 10? No,
No,
for
you're
next
on
week.
9, right?
I'm on 9 for next week. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1890.
So I'm 1890. So for inducement options, yeah, he can still get Glark, can he?
No, but he could invest for a wizard.
I don't care about a wizard. Glart's what's scary. Because a wizard says I'm going to win the game. A Glart says I'm going to fuck up your team. Pardon my French. And I don't think I'm worried about the death spiral happening too much. I think he's going to go and play to take the game.
Yeah. I don't know. There's potential there from his Storm Vermin to just right.
There is, but in the past he plays surgically with them and fairly conservative. He usually tries to snipe the skinks rather than the Saurus, although he will take Saurus hits. I'm not too worried about
Wizards always work against me, S Hunter. Stop with that hearsay.
Yeah, wizards are 100% effective. I don't. In fireball 4 out of 5 people. So
yeah.
S Hunter, I think the healthiest we've ever seen him with only 3 movement busts and a niggling injury.
Yeah. But Cool Breeze, all of a sudden, you have a really good one-turn threat with him rolling movement up.
Yeah. Cool Breeze is looking pretty good there.
I really like Cool Breeze.
When's Hawk going to do something and get some SPP? Hasn't he been around for a couple of games now?
I think Hawk has been kind of in that, I'm just going to go protect the sideline or something, gets mucked up, and it's hard for him to score.
That guy's been in the game, been here around for 4 games without throwing a single pass or getting a single touchdown or a Kaz or something. Like, come on, Hawk, do something.
Has he been cast himself?
Has he been cast? Statistics.
Yeah, he's 2 casualties sustained, so.
Yeah.
2 badly hurts.
Come on, Hawk. You do better. Be better.
All right.
Because we all want to see Rad go, but Rad needs a replacement.
Oh man, Rad is. I hate Rad. He's too consistent of a player.
That guy just does stuff. Like he doesn't even look that impressive, but whenever he goes in, it works. It just works.
Yeah. Oh, what, you need this 3+ leap to fill? Oh, sorry, I messed up the first time. I'll just pro it.
Yep.
Like, it just works for him.
Chorf's a game ahead of everyone else. Fouling Man leveled up. That's got to be a dirty player, right? Or I guess Sneaky
I
Git.
don't know, man. Have you seen Scoring Man?
Scoring Man?
Scoring Man has block.
Scoring Man has block. Okay. That's fine.
So, I could mix it up a little bit. And then that stupid one I bought without naming him properly, he's the one with most SPP. I hate it.
Yeah, I always hate it whenever the mistake names just take off. But yeah, he's ready to go to 16 SPP and probably get fired, because why do you want a multi-leveled up Hobgoblin?
Because he carries the ball.
So you are missing Stallion for our game?
Yeah, I'm missing Stallion. He's niggled.
All right. Well,
Fun times.
too much claw still.
Not enough claw.
Firstborn of Arda. We've got both the Vamps. This Vamp has picked up block. Finally.
It's only been forever.
It only took that guy a season to get his second skill.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But overall, his team is nasty at this point.
Yeah,
I would consider him one of the favorites to win the title.
He's finally at that point in the elf life cycle where you've got enough dodge everywhere that you can do the dodge out screen, dodge out screen, dodge out screen really
Holy
consistently.
Shit. Time out. He can legitimately buy his third reroll. So that way, if his thrower dies, he isn't losing a reroll again.
That's an option. Do you do that?
I would honestly do it. Like, what are you going to value more, a bench or a third reroll?
Yeah, I don't think you worry about a bench. I think
reroll.
you sit on your money in case you have to replace a positional.
I'd get that third reroll.
Maybe.
Like, all those positionals are protected to a point. Like, each has dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them are blodge. There's wrestle. Your throwers dodge.
Has he already played you this season?
No.
No.
He doesn't play me until late in the season. So I would say just get the reroll. Like, let's take a look at the schedule. When does he play me? Week 6.
Week 6. Okay. Yeah. That's only 2 weeks away. I don't know. I might sit on it a little bit longer. All right.
I would 100% get the reroll.
Moving on. Children of the Void. Archangel. Colossus has been Colossus for a while, so nothing new there. I think everything here is more or less the same, isn't it? Tyrant may have picked up dodge.
So take a look at Iron Master. Look at Factory Worker.
Factory Worker. All right, there we go. Agi up and pass. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
He has a quarterback, Abe Lincoln over here.
So it's that quarterback. All his vamps are rearing on another level, pretty much, besides Seed Supervisor, because Seed Supervisor was just like, bro. The thing that sucks with those Agi 4 pieces, you have to have Thrall Spite to do Vanity passes, potentially.
Potentially. Factory Worker can just throw to them, though, without... for them to get the SPP? Yeah. Yeah.
Because you would like to see Shareholder of the Seeds already leveled. You'd like to see Seed Supervisor already leveled.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the drawbacks that you don't really expect is that you can't really Vanity pass that much.
Yeah, every Vanity pass is a risk. You can injure a player throwing a Vanity pass, and that's just not worth it.
Yeah. So.
Does have the Apothecary. Was that I thought he didn't have that still.
No, he ditched it during the finals to get rid of a wizard opportunity, but he immediately bought it back.
Picked it back up. All right. Last up, Nillyman, after his 1,000 SPP pickup from our game, now sitting on 2 1-turners. What do you think about that?
I don't hate it. You get it moving up.
What do you mean you don't hate it? This is a rat team with 2 1-turners. You have to hate it. You have to.
Yeah, I hate it. Like, in general, I hate it, but team building aspect, unbiased point of view, I don't hate it. You take a movement up.
Vin Cheezel needs to be on the list right now and I wouldn't hate it if someone else was on the list too.
What did you say? Antonio Banderas should be on the list? Because I agree.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas should be on the list. Vin Diesel, though, definitely. Like, he's 13 movement off the line. That goes on the list.
Yeah. Antonio Banderas, he's one of those players that are just... I'm just assuming he rolls a double.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting claw next.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everybody
all of a sudden,
hates
he
to
just
play him.
has rostered Glart, but better.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, Puke, you have missed the Weiss recap. We gave you a good shout.
All right. Anything else to talk about? I guess we have next week's schedule for Capone, and just ignore this draw from Mustard Lust and Man Bear Horse. Golgothan has me this week, and actually we're playing tomorrow afternoon. Do you want to give us your prediction on that? How will Golgothan fare with against only 6 scary lizards instead of the normal 7?
I think that actually brings a big difference because you can't induce anything because Skaven are very TV efficient.
Mm-hmm.
He could get Wizard and just potentially control. I have to go Golgothan on that one.
Fair enough.
I'm going to say 3-1.
Jeez, come on. Quit predicting my games to be blowouts. I'm offended.
For all of you that don't know, I predicted his Rebel game to be a 4-0 for the other team, and it was a 4-0.
It was a 4-0, but that 4-0 required some nastiness that I'm going to reserve myself on going into a spiral
so
on them. I'm still tilted. I am tilted right now. Anyways, we have Celebrats versus... and for my prediction, I think Scourge is going to take that one too. I struggle playing Golgothan at full strength. He's a really good rat coach and knows how to use all the BS rats that he has. And being down a guy, I always struggle. So, yeah, I think. But I'm going to go with the more meager 2-1 loss because I don't think I'm just going to get blown out.
Well, I think it's the Wizard's going to get one. He's going to one turn, and then he's going to score on his offense. That's why I say 3.
Maybe. I don't know that the Wizard always gets one. It gets one a lot of the time, but not always.
Yeah, I think his team is scary enough now that it should get one.
It should. All right. Celebrats versus Aerial Assault. Celebrats are looking awful scary these days. What do you think?
I really like Nillyman. His team is amazing. The thing I struggle with is that can his team be really good against a well-coached S-Hunter's team?
Mm-hmm.
Because S-Hunter, he plays a style of offense that's very hard to defend against if you're not used to it.
He does. I need S-Hunter to give me some offense classes, to be honest.
Well, his offense classes with elves are really... He's a really aggressive side-to-side player.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you start leaning one side, all of a sudden you're way out of position on the other side. Like, it's hard to even, start leaning one side defensively.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's going to be really hard to defend against him. I think the high movement helps. Antonio Banderas should have a blinder of a game if he wants to win.
Yep. So what's your prediction? You thinking Aerial Assault has it, or the Celebrats?
There's still a Wizard looking at the TV differential. I'll go with Nillyman, but I think it's going to be a very tough game.
I think Nillyman has the advantage of he has the natural one turn and are close to it, as well as, like you say, the inducement factor. I think he's going to be able to pull some BS on this team, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it shake out either way.
Yeah.
All right, and then last up in the Elf versus Elf, man, is this an Elfie division? It's just me and you versus all the elves. Oh, me and you and Iron Master.
Yeah.
Children of the Void.
And you guys aren't even true bash teams. You're a control team.
And Children of the Void, Firstborn of Arda. I don't know who to pick on that.
Firstborn of Arda.
Firstborn? I don't know. You're talking the Rebel Champ versus a couple of amps.
Yeah, but the thing that really puts me over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess if he buys his third. This is one argument to not buy your third reroll right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you do, he gets a wizard.
Yeah.
If you don't, he's 10. Wait,
have you already done the math?
He's also a player short. No, he's also a player short.
Yeah.
So
they're both a player short.
Oh yeah, yeah. If they're both a player short,
So
then he gets a wizard regardless.
So Archangel is a little more efficient with his linemen. So
yeah, he gets a wizard regardless. Just buy a reroll.
Well, he'd have to dip into his bank to get a wizard.
Buy a reroll.
He would have to dip into his bank a little to get a wizard, but yeah.
Yeah, but if he's gonna get a wizard already, just buy your reroll.
I think you lay off the reroll and make him spend his bank if he wants the wizard that bad.
I don't know, man.
Because I don't know, would you blow 30, 40K out of your bank for a wizard when you're already down men?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I know Archangel, and he loves his wizards.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm gonna predict for Archangel in this one, but we'll see.
I'm going for Valk. I think his killer should be able to put in a shift and a half.
All right. Well, that is our week 2 recap. Anything else to talk about?
Yeah, let's recap the other things. Shout out to Puke Puke, Fiendstar, Angra, Tater Spyro, and Mundungo for winning already 4-0.
Yep.
That was absolutely awesome. They have a chance to go 5-0 on the week.
Yep, killing it, representing clan. Good job, guys.
Yeah, they're killing it. Well, the other squad is absolutely just blowing it. Like,
we're fine. We're 1-1. It's fine.
Yeah. But I lost. S Hunter played a really, really tough game that I only woke up for overtime for because he played it so early.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Goblin Marine playing tonight at 8:15 CDT, so that one should be streamed if I heard correctly.
Yeah, I believe so.
Is that somebody wants to stream it, so let's go support him in chat. And then we have the new competition, 1200 and under. Puke, I went to bed early. You should try Kislev if you want to be a masochist.
No, don't try Kislev. Kislev is... I think they should take Kislev out of the game. It's just not... It's not good. It's a bad experience.
Oh, man. Kislev just makes you appreciate all the other teams. Like, you play Kislev, you were starting to get, like, tilted in Blood Bowl, and you're just like, oh, yeah. This isn't so bad. I'm not feeling everything.
If you want to be a masochist, like, just go full ogres. Just go full ogres.
Yeah, full ogres, no reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will get in the right mindset there. Kislev, you'll think, oh, I could win this game, and then just be disappointed. Ogres, you'll go, oh, this is just a silly dice game, and throw dice.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that either you go try something like Undead Puke, or you go try something just funny. One or the other.
All right. I think that wraps it up for the week. Everyone, have a good week. Enjoy your time on the pitch, and we'll catch you next week.